Hi everybody, welcome to Blind Date with Plague Inc. Evolved. My name is Modi Operandus. Plague Inc. Evolved is the PC version of the popular iOS and Android game Plague Inc. It'll have new PC-only features, all kinds of new things like the multiplayer mode, for instance. Now, because it's in early access on Steam right now, all of this stuff is not fleshed out yet. It's mostly in a beta right now, so multiplayer is not quite there yet, and that kind of thing. So be aware of that. If you are picking it up early, you're going to be playing a not full-featured game. If you're looking just to play the game, you might be better off playing the iOS and Android version currently. Anyways, let's jump into the game here, and I can show you a little bit of the differences so far between the iOS and Android version and this, and honestly there aren't many just yet, but that'll change down the road. You see the potential here. There's like speedrun options, official scenarios, custom scenarios, and a tutorial mode. These kind of things were not present in the Android and the iOS version. The main game is pretty standard compared to the iOS version though. Multiplayer, again, is something that's going to be completely new. Have co-op, have competitive multiplayer from what they've laid out as far as the option for that, though. Anyways, let's jump into a single-player game, and I can show you a little bit of the game just so you get familiar with it and understand what the game is, and consider, you know, if you want to like look into getting this down the road. So right now we only have bacteria unlocked. That's the only option is what we can play as. As you play through the game, you'll get all kinds of new diseases. So for instance, if you win the game with bacteria, you'll unlock the virus and so on. So you get fungus if you win with a virus and yada yada. So you'll keep it going on. You'll keep leveling up basically. If you win on all game diseases, you unlock immune plague. It's kind of a cheat mode, for instance. Now this stuff also was present in the iOS version. Unlock the same way. Just beat the game with different types of diseases, and you'll unlock new things. These other things here, like bioweapon and Nurex worm and stuff, they were actually special purchases on the iOS version. So these didn't come free, I believe. I think these were expansions. It looks like they'll probably be included in this. No microtransactions for this version. But again, I can't really speak to that because I don't know what they're going to be planning for this. As I keep saying they, but I use that in the kind of the royal sense. This is actually made by Endemic Creations, which is a one-man studio. So I keep saying they, but it's really a he. Anyways, I'm just going to keep saying they because that's usually just how I talk. Let's get in with the bacteria here. Let's start with limited potential. Bacteria, cause of most plague. All right. So this should be the easiest way to go. And you can also, so this modify your genetic code. This is another thing you unlock as you go too. These different boosts and that kind of thing. Again, in the iOS version, you had to unlock these via, oh god, back up here. You had to unlock these via playing the game and unlocking things, or you can pay to unlock them all if you wanted. But I don't mind that kind of thing in that kind of transaction, just kind of saving time if you want to pay money. So, or you can play the whole game for free, and that's what I like to do anyways. So let's see. Casual is for basically these things basically affect how quick the game's gonna go. In a casual mode, no one's gonna wash their hands. The research doctors don't even work, and sick people are given hugs. In normal mode, only 67.3% of people wash their hands, and doctors work 3 days a week only, and sick people are ignored. And in brutal mode, there's compulsive hand washing, doctors never go home, and sick people are locked in prison. I think that the reality is someplace between normal and brutal. What's Mega Brutal? Mega Brutal, this is a new one, actually. For players who thought brutal was casual, a genetic drift impacts evolution. Oh my god. Doctors invest in research and random medical checkups. Oh my god, wow, that would be tough. Maybe we'll do that down the road as a kind of a challenge for ourselves. Anyways, we're just going to do normal mode here for now, and see if we can't kill the world. Alright, so I put in the Modi's disease. I think... Did it Modi or Modi's? Modi's? We got a bad case of the Modi's. That's it. Is that an acronym? I think it's an acronym. It's probably massive ocular distension infection. Yeah, let's call it Modi's. I got a bad case of the Modi's. Alright, so, Plague Inc. welcome your new bacteria to when you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Select the starting country. Now, I've done a lot of thought about this, and given that the Olympics just ended, I think the Olympics is a hotbed for diseases to spread. So I'm actually going to go with Russia as our point of origin. It's 141 million people, so a pretty small population, but we'll infect the world with just that. So basically, someone at the Olympics got sick, started with a nasty cough, and then all of a sudden it spread across the country. So yeah, we'll go with that. So we began in Russia. We're used to cold temperatures, so we must evolve to infect more people. Alright, there we go. We got our first evolve points. Now just to explain some things about the game here. You can click each of the countries to get details about them specifically, how many people are infected, how many people are dead. Very useful knowledge to stay on top of. If you double click, you can actually see more about the entire nation. what type of climates it has, what type of immunities it has, what the status of its government is. Sometimes the governments will just shut down altogether. If you're doing things right, they will be. You can also click here and it'll give you a little bit more information about it. If it's a rural country, it has a typical cold and humid climate. So you can get information about each of the countries by clicking that from the world map here. Or you can click down here and get information from it that way too. You notice there's airways, there's seaways. We have to use those to our advantage too to spread the disease better. And the final thing I want to point out is the disease down here. So there's two things working against you here. There's your own spreading, so you have to evolve to become a better, more infectious virus. And there's also the cure, which is represented by, where does that go? Right down here. The cure is represented down here. Oh yeah, this is it, right here. So this is like the cure information, how people are researching things, how close they are to finding a cure and curing your disease from ever infecting another person. So we have to think about that too. The more people you kill, the less potential for research they get. So it's very cool to start knocking down the number of people that can do research. If you start killing off countries, that's when that stuff starts mattering quite a bit. Alright, going back to the world map here. Our disease is still ramping up. I'm going to put us in fast mode here. So yeah, there's a news crawl up here. Sometimes it has useful information. So it tells you if there's like a plague, or not plague, but like a tsunami or something like that that's been happening. That's the same as it was in the iOS version. So far, honestly, aside from like a high definition graphics right now, which, I mean, it looks pretty good, but it looks about the same as it did on Pop Orange Bubbles to get DNA points. Thank you. All right, where is that? So this looks about the same as it did on iOS, honestly. Maybe a little bit higher def, but honestly, it's not that spectacular just yet. Hopefully they do a little bit more like 3D modeling on this. It'd be amazing if they could do that. Maybe make the world a little more like interactive, like maybe a globe view. That'd be kind of cool. Something like that maybe. But again, this is early access beta. It just came out on the 20th of February. I think this is the 24th. This is gonna be going up. So it's only been out for a few days by this time. Okay, so now we have enough disease points we can actually evolve our disease. So let's take a look at this. So the other thing working against you is there's people trying to cure your disease, but you also have to consider how to make your disease spread better. So there's transmission ways. You can use water, air, livestock, avian, rodents, insects, blood. You can also evolve your symptoms. Now these are going to make you more noticeable, but also make you more infectious and more deadly. It's important to keep these low initially so you stay off the radar, I think. But then again, once you start ramping them up, people are going to start dying like crazy. And then that's how you really put a hamper on research. If you can get enough people dying before they even notice you, that's great. And then we have abilities. These are resistances to cold, to medication, to different climates, that kind of thing. Let's do transmission. Let's go with, should we go with flies? This is going to be in hot climates. Now this is not going to help us in the current situation. But if we go with livestock, there's a lot of livestock in Russia. It's a rural country, so it's going to work really well in rural regions. So let's evolve that. So as you can see here, we're infecting up to 12 people now. We've begun to spread. It takes a little bit of time to get going here, but once you do, you are quite infectious. Let's slow this back down again. We got enough disease points to actually get something else now too. So let's take a look and see if we want a different way to spread. Now the other thing you have to think about when you're playing this game is to consider what is around you. So China, for instance, is the next country over here, and that's one we want to infect for sure because there's 1 billion people living there. We want to get in there as fast as possible. Let's see, they have an urban country with a balanced climate. So climate doesn't necessarily matter so much, but if we do something that's going to be more infectious in urban areas, like rodents, this will help us spread even faster into places like China. So let's zoom back out and get going here again, up to full speed. New health guidelines for rich countries. Rich countries have adopted new health guidelines will make them less vulnerable. Okay, so in order to combat that, so that's one of the things here. This orange is things working against us, I think. Million death and earthquake is possible, says RMS. So those things are working for us, these things are working against us. These health guidelines we have to be aware of. And a Harry Potter reboot is in the mix, apparently. That's good news for everyone. Modi has infected hundreds. Hundreds are infected in Russia, increasing the chance the infected person will infect a healthy person. Keep your disease evolving. Yes, sir. All right, let's evolve this right here. This drug resistance is going to be great for spreading into wealthy countries. Let's get that. Initially, I don't want to worry too much about symptoms. I want to worry about more infectivity than symptoms. Oh, we've gotten cysts. All right, so now we have a decision to make. Cysts are going to make us more likely to be seen. People are going to catch us if they start having cysts on all of the people who have this disease. It's going to be more likely that they'll notice that what we're doing here. I'm going to actually devolve this. It's going to give us 2 DNA points back. It costs 2 DNA points to rebuy that one, and we might rebuy cysts down the road because it's a nice cheap way of adding some symptoms to your disease. But I'm going to devolve that to get the points up front here and stay off the radar, because really, right here, business as usual, we want to keep that going as long as possible while we infect the entire world. So let's go with that. We spread to Korea! Hooray! Alright, so we get extra points for when we spread new countries, we get extra points for that too. So that's another way. Early in the game here, the disease points rack up quite quickly, but later in the game they don't so much because we've already infected all the countries. Oh, we've spread into more and more countries here. London Olympics. The mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the London Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. Oh, wow. So that's one of the things that actually, I'm sure when this game came out, London Olympics was on the horizon, but now it's 2 years in the past. So that's something they should update when they do this game for real for PC, when it's actually launched. I'm sure they will, but we'll see. We've infected thousands in Russia. Festival of Love in Turkey. Turkey celebrates the Festival of Love. Fans praise the replacement of International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards. Well, replacement for International Kissing Day is now called the Festival of Love. I mean, I guess they're going to the first and second base now, it sounds like. Maybe all the way? Who knows? No more just International Kissing Day. Infecting more countries. Control where it's evolving by transmission traits and disease menu. Okay, so let's take a look at our world map here now. Let's see how we've been doing. We're at Russia. We've gotten into Turkey, Korea, and Iran. But we're not infecting much of the West just yet. So we have to look into that. And we also still have to figure out how to get into Asia. Let's evolve our disease again here. Let's be resilient to hot temperatures. Is that a good idea? We could do better transmission as well, but let's do this. There we go. We're going to evolve our blood. So we're now a blood-borne pathogen here, and we'll be spreading through blood contact. It increases infectivity in poor regions, so we'll do that. Hopefully that'll help us get along here pretty quick. Coughing symptom is mutated. Okay, so we had a coughing symptom now too. Let's take a look at the coughing symptom. Do we want to just leave that? It's gonna be really good for infecting high density areas. If we can change it, we can get an airborne on there too. That's really gonna help us too. So maybe we'll just leave the cough. Let's see what happens. Modi is more infectious than TB. That's fantastic. Man, if I could be as infectious as Total Biscuit, that'd be amazing. Alright, so we need to think about better ways to infect now. We're infected 100 million people. That's only a portion of the world though, so we're not quite there yet. We're at just a sliver. We're just getting started still. We gotta make sure we stay off the radar as much as possible though. Alright, so let's take a look and see what our infectious rate. Oh, we got into the United States already. That's great. Let's evolve the insect. That'll help us spread, I think, through northern Africa here a little bit better maybe. An arid climate with I guess maybe a humid climate would be good there too. So any place that has mosquitoes, I think will be good. A huge earthquake in the USA. Wow, thousands of businesses, and a death toll of 1,000 people. Wow, that's a pretty bad earthquake. All right, so we evolved a rash symptom just now. I don't know if I want to have 2 symptoms this early in the game. Oh, we might have to de-evolve this rash. I think having the cough and the rash is gonna make us very noticeable. Let's just devolve that. Having 2 symptoms at the same time is kind of a dead giveaway that you're some kind of new disease. Right now they might just be thinking we're the common cold, but we don't want that just yet. Alright, we're spreading to several countries now. I'm just going to take a look and see if we can't make ourselves a little bit easier to get into those warmer areas like South America and Africa. Let's evolve our heat resistance and see if we can get into those countries easily. We are spreading up now quite quickly. Look how fast we're infecting people now. It's exponential. That really helped the situation by adding on that infectiousness there. Alright, we're in Japan. We're in all of Europe now, I think. Oh, almost all of Europe. Spain is the last holdout, it looks like. We need to get down into Africa and South America as quick as possible, though. People are going to start noticing that everyone on the Earth has a cough. We're more infectious than the common cold now. All right. All right, let's take a look and see what we need to do to get into South America here. South America, let's say Brazil. What is Brazil's problem? It's hot, it's wet, it's rural. Okay, so we need to get some water transmission here, I think. Let's go via water and see how that goes. All right, we got our water revolution here. We're saving up all kinds of points so we can raise up our resistances and that kind of thing. Pneumonia symptom mutated. Oh my god, we got pneumonia. All right, so we need to think about that. I mean, that's a very expensive thing to get. I mean, these are 5 DNA points to get. I can sell it back for 2, but it's going to cost another 5 to get rid of it, to get it back. Boy, do I want to get... I think people in cold climates are especially vulnerable. Oh, we could have gone with this nausea. Slight chance of infection when kissing. Oh, we missed that one. Uh-oh. Turkey has started cure research. Oh boy. A doctor in Afghanistan found a new disease which has been named Modi's. It appears to be mostly harmless but must be investigated further. So they're onto us now. The world at large is onto us. Business as usual still. We've infected 28% of the population right now, but not nearly enough. We need to infect more. Russia has started working on the cure. That's a bad thing because Russia is our biggest enemy in this fight. The London Olympics is back on. The Olympics will begin soon despite Modi's. Will people bring the disease to the UK? Oh, it's already there, so we don't worry about that. No worries. But that's gonna be a good chance for us to spread the disease, I think. Let's so let's think about that. Considering that the Olympics is back on again, let's think about the best way of transmitting a disease. I think air might work really well. What's gonna work well in the UK? Let's look at that quick. UK is already infected, but it is a rich urban country, cold, humid climate. Okay, so let's think about that. As we get our transmission up here. Arid climates, humid climates, and cold resistance. Okay, so let's evolve this water pathogen here. All right, here we go. London Olympics infect UK. People infected with Modi's came to London to spread the disease. It should never have gone ahead. Yes, it shouldn't have gone ahead. Completely right. Now we're going to be infecting the world. Wow! Look how fast it's spreading right through the UK. It's just tearing through it. The Olympics was a bad idea. I was right about that. That's why we started in Russia. Wow, we have everyone in the UK infected that quickly. The entire UK is infected now. Wow. Cure is 2% of the way there. It's not quite a pressing need just yet. We got 3 billion people infected. All right, so we have a couple of holdouts here. A couple of places that are really sticking to it. Caribbean, Central Africa, Zimbabwe, and what I notice is a lot of these countries are going to be rural countries. So I think it might be a good idea to evolve our rural transmission, which is mostly our livestock. So let's evolve that. Currently, nothing is closed down. We have all of the roads, all the seaways, all the airports still open. So we're in good shape. Our sneezing mutation has occurred. We now have sneezing associated with our disease, but we might have so many people infected now that it might be okay. Visible symptoms are a big problem. But luckily we have a... oh, Modi's been placed on the watch list. Wow. Alright, let's take a look at this now. Where are holdouts still? We have Central Africa, Libya, looks like, and let's see here. Central Africa, Morocco, Botswana, Angola, and Algeria. Alright, so those are the main holdouts. Just Africa countries. And we gotta take a look and see how we can get into these things. It's rural. It is susceptible to whatever this is. Let's take a look at what that is. Rash. Alright, let's buy it. Come on, Morocco. Don't let me down here. Central Africa, I'm looking at you. Rural countries, hot climate. Alright, so we have to spend another symptom of resistance to hot, I think. It's gonna be expensive, but we're gonna spread much better in those countries, I think. Hopefully we can get in there soon. Oh, we did it. We've infected Central Africa. The USA is leading the global cure effort. Okay. We need to target USA now. Let's see what they don't like. USA. They're a balanced climate, rich country, urban country. Let's target our disease to be targeting of them. You can see our infectivity is going up lowly, but our severity is also increasing when we do these things. We want to do whatever going to be the most infectious, I think, for us. Okay, I think we're going to do this drug resistance ability here. It's going to help us in wealthy countries, and the USA is leading the effort in the cure. So we're going to evolve that to make them not work with their antibiotics on us. They're not going to be throwing antibiotics on us right and left, and we're not going to be affected by that anymore. So blue cure bubbles are going to appear when the research in the USA finds something. Oh boy, immune suppression can be lethal. Oh my God, we're very severe now. It's getting hectic in here. We need to think about really getting our infectivity up again here, because we're gonna get more lethal than we need to be right now. And yeah, I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's just get this pulmonary oedema. It's 8 DNA points. It's gonna be better for releasing pathogen into the air. So let's evolve that. And let's, at the same time, evolve our air transmission. Those two things in tandem will help us, I think. All right, we're getting there. 5 billion people infected. First death in Argentina. Oh boy, here we go. Russia shuts down its airports. Now that can be a good thing now, because we've already gotten Russia pretty much infected. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Uh-oh, people in South Africa are dying faster than they're being infected. Okay, so we need to think about that. We've infected almost all of the people, but let's take a look here. South Africa, 14% are still alive, and they're dying off before they can get infected. So we need to make our disease a little bit less lethal. Let's see if what we can do to make our lethality go down. If we do that, it doesn't show me what the lethality of anything is. So actually, we could look at the transmission faster. That's another way of doing this quick too. What is South Africa as far as a country? Let's see. South Africa. There we go. It is a hot and arid climate. So if we do something that's going to be better in the hot and arid climates, that might be good. Hot climates, chance of mutation. All right, let's do insect evolution here. This is going to help us in hot climates, and I think it should help us spread the disease faster in South Africa. I don't want them to start dying off before they can get infected. I think we've almost got them. Oh, 25% done with the cure, though. All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, so let's look at another country here. The people in Angola are not getting infected nearly fast enough. Poor country, hot climate. Okay, we should be pretty much geared for infecting them now. They're dying off, but they're infecting quite quickly too still. All right, they're 35% done with the cure. Okay, let's see. We just evolved anemia. What's that gonna do for us? Hypoxia. It's pretty lethal, I think. We can get hemophilia too, which is gonna be very, very, oh, we can get infectivity increased though. Let's do that. We want infectivity increase for sure. Let's do that quick. We've killed more than the Black Death! Congratulations! You've killed more than the Black Death! Modi needs to evolve to kill. We're not evolving fast enough. We're not evolving to kill. Modi's infected most of the world. In order to kill people, must evolve lethal, advanced systems using DNA points. Yes, I know. We're still holding out. Alright, global research focused on the cure. There are no more healthy people left in the world. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with Modi's. Okay, we've got the whole world infected. Now we just gotta prevent the cure from taking hold. Now that we've got the entire world infected, we have to ramp up our symptoms. Now, the transmission is something we don't need to worry about anymore, because the entire world's infected. We can actually sell back all of these points and use them to buy some cool stuff. We could save that, though. Let's see here. Total organ failure. Rapid death. Catastrophic cell death of multiple tissues causing body-wide organ failure. 31 points. It's all of our points to get that. Let's see here. Can be fatal when combined with intensive exercise. Well, that's easy enough to avoid. I do it every day. Arterial membranes break down, causing rapid bleeding and death. 15 points. Let's do it. Severity is way up there. Lethality is way up now. We're doing it. We're evolving. Look at our bacteria. He's just happy as a clam. And this body over here is just getting, like, worked over. We need to take a look at genetic reshuffle here. If we get any more points, we're going to have to get this, I think. That's going to help us prevent the cure from getting hold here. The cure is coming quick and fast now, though. So we have to keep an eye on that for sure. Alright, and we can get genetic reshuffle. It's 21 points, but it's going to mean there's more work to develop a cure. So we're doing that for sure. Alright, that's gonna knock that research way down, I think. 51%. We need to kill a lot more people here. We're not killing nearly enough people. Oh, we're getting there. Look at this. The black is showing how many people we've killed. We've killed, not an entire country yet, though. So we need to get that going on that. Because once we start killing off entire countries, that's when we're going to be in good shape. Alright, so we've gotten fever as another severity and lethality. It's actually more infectious, more lethal, and more severe. So let's just do it. Alright, hopefully we can get these people dead before they find the cure, though. Oh, progress to the cure is at 75%. Oh, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We're not killing off enough people. It's going too fast. We're not killing off enough people. Cure rate is starting slow. That's great. In Canada. Oh god. Deployment of the cure is gonna start soon. We've only killed almost 1 billion people. Oh god, they're gonna start deploying the cure now. Too bad Canada just broke down into mass rioting, but God, they're gonna start deploying the cure here, and then we're gonna be in trouble. We don't want to bring down our lethality. We need that as high as possible, so I don't want to mess with that. Let's devolve this. Got 8. Let's devolve this. Let's devolve this. And let's evolve genetic hardening. Alright, I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see what happens. Oh, they found the cure. Damn it. Now they're gonna start killing off my my disease. So I need to do as much as I can to fight back against this. I need to start killing people off. Oh god, I don't have any points left. Oh, this is all we can do. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be end for Modi's. Modi's was gonna be eradicated here shortly, and we've only killed 7 million people. Oh, we were a great disease, but we just couldn't hold it together, unfortunately. Anyways, Modi's is to be eradicated. The world has survived a devastating plague, and will soon eradicate Modi's forever. Much of the world is dead now, but the survivors can rebuild, except Canada. They really effed themselves over here. Well, that's the disease for us. We've been eradicated. So that's the end of the game here. I can retry it. We've survived for 911 days, but we weren't able to kill off everyone. I think if I played this game a little more and got better at it, we could be okay. But so anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can pick it up at Steam for $15, I believe. But currently, it's not very feature-rich compared to the iOS version, which I believe is free, from what I remember. I would recommend picking up the iOS version and just trying it out to see if you like it. It's a very strategic game. It's a very difficult game, I would say. And yeah, so try it out, see if you like it. And if you do, be sure to tune in to see if there's any cool developments with the PC version. I think there will be. That multiplayer mode sounds very fascinating, and I can't wait to see what they don't do with it. So anyways, I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching. Check my channel if you want to see more videos and other things. If you do like this video, please make sure to like it and share it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos down the road. So anyways, I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back next time for more.